Hare Krishna. So let us
Hare
take.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So who will read the third shloka?
Prabhuji, may I read, Prabhuji?
And before that, please show your hands, whoever has memorized these 3 shlokas.
Lot of custom.
Even if you have half memorized, you can raise your hand. If you have made a sincere attempt to read and memorize these shlokas during this time. Yes. Anyone else? So rest of you, please do that. See, how do we show our sincerity and eagerness to Krishna? Just by our efforts. So please remember, Upadeshamrita is a work of Rupa Goswami. And Rupa Goswami is the leader of Gaudiya Vaishnavas. And we are all following in that parampara. Our Srila Prabhupada is coming in the parampara of Rupa Goswami. And Rupa Goswami is the direct disciple of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu directly bestowed his complete blessings on Rupa Goswami so that he will guide the followers by writing amazing scriptures. So he has wrote all these scriptures which can guide us. So the entire Krishna conscious movement as set up by Srila Prabhupada is based on the books of Rupa Goswami. Please remember, and this Nectar of Instruction is such a small book, only 11 shlokas. And that is the essence of our movement. So should you not know it or not? So if you have done 3 shlokas, you should have memorized 3 shlokas by now. And whatever shlokas we will read in future, you have to memorize. Please take these things seriously. I'm not finding fault. Please don't think I'm finding fault with any of you. I am just showing you the way so that you won't get lost. Yes. Sometimes we become very, philosophical. Philosophy is generally called as mental speculation. So we use the books and we start mental speculation because there is a tendency. For a long time we have developed this tendency. Our fallen conditioned souls. We have a tendency to speculate. So we take the book, we read something, and then we speculate. But Prabhupada says, no speculation, please. For everything, you should depend on the scripture and the Acharya's commentaries on the scripture. There should be no mental speculation at all. But given a chance, all of us speculate. So how to overcome? By reading scriptures again and again and again, and remembering scriptures again and again. So when these shlokas are given, please try to memorize. And please try to memorize the translation also. And when you recite the shloka, the meaning should stand in your heart. Not that I'm reciting some meaningless Sanskrit shloka. The meaning of every word should shine in your heart. When you say Utsahat, Nishchayat, Dhairya, each word should jump in your heart and should create an emotion. Should create emotion, strong emotion in your heart. That way. Okay, now I request, have no fear. I'm requesting you to recite. If you forget, I will help you also. Not a problem. Karikamar Ghosh Prabhu, please try.
I'm just reading out.
Not reading out.
Okay. Utsaha Nishchayat Dhairyat Tattat Karma Pravartanat
Sangha Tyaga Sato
Vritte Sangatyagat Sato Vritte Sarvir Bhakti
Prasidhyati.
Yes.
So good. Thank you. That's all. See, it's not that we have to become expert memorizers and all those things, but we have to try. It will get memorized in course of time. But that you are trying, that's important. Lakshmi Venkat Mataji, please try.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Utsaha Nishchaya Dhairya Tattat Karma Pravartanat Sangatyaga Sato Vritehe Sadvir Bhakti Prasidhyati. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. So can you now recollect shloka 1 and 2?
I may skip some of the words.
Yeah.
I don't know. Acho Vegam Manasa Krodha Vegam Jihva Vegam Udara Prastha Vegam Itan Vegan Yo Visesha Dhiraha Sarvam Apimam Prithvim Sishyat.
Super. Next one.
Next one, Prabhuji.
Atyahara.
Atyahara prayashascha prajalpo niyamagraha jnanasangashcha laulyamcha saddir bhaktir vinashyati.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Wonderful.
Prabhuji, it is really a nectar when you go again and again, because when you read this Atyahara and all, it really, tries to cleanse your this thing heart. I mean, you feel like reading it again and again.
You
I don't know how many times.
You can feel the light spreading in your heart, right?
Very true, Prabhuji. As you said, that every word when you read, it jumps in your heart. It's very, really.
Yeah, sure. Sumi Ravi Mataji has also memorized, but she is not able to unmute herself because of traffic noise. Okay, very good. So next time we will hear her recite also. So I want more and more of devotees to be ready to recite this, because remember Rupa Goswami. Without Rupa Goswami, no hope for us. Lalita Sakhi, next to Lalita Sakhi, Rupa Goswami, and under Rupa Goswami, the entire Gaudiya Vaishnava is standing. All Gaudiya Vaishnava, entire mission is standing under Rupa Goswami. That is Rupa Manjari, is Rupa Goswami actually. Okay, so now let us start sloka number 3. And where did we leave last week? Can anyone recollect where we left last week? Okay, otherwise I will give a small introduction.
Prabhuji, page number 33.
33, very good. So that means, see, the basically the introduction Prabhupada gives a very amazing introduction. He says, Bhakti is not an idle process. Unlike yoga, what you call yoga, people try to close their eyes, sit, in an erect posture and blank their mind, sit like that for 1 hour, and then get up and do all nonsense. That 1 hour is called dhyana, what they sit with closed eyes and meditate on a blankness. Then they get up and do all nonsense. Prabhupada says this is absolutely useless. The only benefit, Prabhupada says in a joking way, what Prabhupada says, see, people are doing all nonsensical activities 24 hours. At least for 1 hour, if they sit in dhyana and they don't do anything, simply sitting idle, at least that 1 hour they are not doing nonsense. Prabhupada says that is the only benefit. They get up from this dhyana and they will again start engaging in either sense gratification or acquiring the wherewithal to engage in sense gratification. These are the 2 things we do. Either sense gratification or how to increase my sense gratification by accumulating wealth. Right? 2 activities. Working during the day, sleeping during the night. So the focus is always sense gratification and how to increase sense gratification. Only that. So Prabhupada says Krishna consciousness is not like that. It is not like sitting with closed eyes and meditating. No. Krishna consciousness is a cultivation. Cultivation means agriculture. In agriculture, what do? You take a seed and you plant it, and then there's so much work you have to do, and then the seed will start sprouting and growing. So the seed of bhakti has been given to you by Guru. Very, very special. Most of the souls don't have that seed. Brahmanda Brahmite Kondu Bhagyavan Jiva. In this massive universes, unlimited souls are wandering, looking for happiness, but they don't know where is happiness. The seed of happiness is given to you by Guru, under the guidance of Krishna. Guru Krishna Prasade Paya, Bhakti Lata Bija. The Bija is called Bhakti Lata Bija. The seed of Bhakti is planted in your heart. But don't think the job is now done, very good, I have to do nothing. No, you have to cultivate that Bija. You have to make it grow and grow and grow until it will reach the lotus feet of Lord Krishna in Goloka, and it will produce amazing fruits of bhakti, and that you can enjoy eternally. So that is the purpose. So Prabhupada is reminding us that bhakti is a cultivation. It's not something for idle men, simply reading some book and saying, oh, I have now become Krishna conscious. And Krishna conscious means I have to do nothing, because work means it produces karma. So I will not do any work. I will remain in Krishna consciousness. That is not. So that Prabhupada is clarifying here. And interestingly, at Anya Bilashita Sunyam, we were talking about in our Bhagavad Gita class, That is coming right here in the purport, right in the beginning. He's mentioning that, and then he's mentioning 9 processes of devotional service. Even with one process, one can go back home, back to Godhead. These 9 are all very potent processes. You can either do 1 or 2 or 3 or all 9, no problem. But in some way, you have to engage yourself 24 hours in Krishna consciousness. And then he talks about Shravanam, etc. And then he mentions the importance of going to a spiritual master. Bhaktilata Bij and cultivation of Bhaktilata Bij, you need to go to a spiritual master. And who is the spiritual master? He's coming in a parampara system, and he has heard from his guru. He has realized it in his heart, and now he's sharing it with you. Such a person, you have to go serve that person and get this knowledge from him. And whatever guidance, directions, rules he gives, you should strictly follow. And this is the process of cultivation. And then you will get bhakti. So Prabhupada says, in the process of cultivation, you need utsaha, nishchaya, dhairya. First, we will see these 3 things. Then we will proceed with the other 3 things. Tattat karma pravartana, sangatyaga, satavritti. That we will see. First 3 things we will see now. So I want you to start reading from, so Prabhupada says, page number 34, para number 2. So before that, Prabhupada says, such an opportunity to cultivate devotion by hearing from a pure devotee is offered by ISKCON. The opportunity to hear from a pure devotee, Srila Prabhupada, is given in ISKCON. Prabhupada is no more, but don't think he's dead and gone. Prabhupada lives in his books. So you can still hear from Prabhupada. Oh, what an amazing difference. Why should we cry that I have never seen Prabhupada? What is this nonsense? Oh, I really feel sorry that I have not seen Prabhupada when he was traveling through Calcutta or he was traveling throughout India. How did I miss him? This is not required. Prabhupada is very much alive in his books. So today, if you are willing to accept Prabhupada through his books and live a life of devotion, I promise you, you will see Prabhupada. You will see Prabhupada. Don't think there is some difference between Krishna and a pure devotee. There is no difference. You have already heard the qualitative oneness between the Jiva and Krishna. Our qualitative oneness is covered, but a pure soul is never covered. A pure soul, just like Krishna, takes birth under Yogamaya. Yes. Naham prakasha sarvasya Yogamaya samavrtaha, Krishna says. I am covered by my Yogamaya. Similarly, a pure devotee comes from only Yogamaya. He performs his pastimes on this planet only to claim the fallen souls back to Krishna. So please try to experience a little gratitude in your heart. Every time morning, when you start your japa, or when you pick up your book, or when you listen to some lecture, try to feel the gratitude to Prabhupada and to Krishna for having sent Prabhupada. Who was with him? He sent him for our benefit. He says, my commander-in-chief will come to spread Krishna consciousness to the fallen souls of Kali Yuga. He sent a very powerful person to come and help us. So that is what Prabhupada is saying. That opportunity is there. So we should, if by fortune one takes advantage of this opportunity to engage in devotional service by connecting to ISKCON, the path of liberation immediately opens. The path of liberation, don't get confused. Bhakti means liberation is automatically included. Yes? Because some people are so much only liberation in their mind, they are not willing to listen to anything else. Prabhupada is using these words. Path of liberation immediately opens. Because a bhakta is already liberated. Yeah? Okay. Now please start reading. One should accept this.
May I read, Prabhuji?
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Right.
One should accept this opportunity to return home back to Godhead very enthusiastically. Without enthusiasm, one cannot be successful. Even in the material world, one has to be very enthusiastic in his particular field of activity in order to become successful. A student, businessman, artist, or anyone else who wants success in his line must be enthusiastic. Similarly, one has to be very enthusiastic in devotional service. Enthusiasm means action, but action for whom? The answer is that one should always act for Krishna. Krishna Artha Kila Teshta Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu.
Okay. So can somebody summarize this, what we have read in this one para? In one line?
You have to be enthusiastic, Prabhuji, even in the devotional service.
Yes.
Just like in others.
Yes.
In everything we have enthusiasm. So the same way we have to have that enthusiasm in the devotional service.
Because devotional service is an activity. Remember, enthusiasm is required if you have to do some activity. If you simply say, oh, I am a devotee, I will not do anything, then you are not a devotee. A devotee means action. You have to serve, but devotional service. So because it is a service, because it is an activity, you must have enthusiasm. Yes? So Krishna is telling Arjuna, for example, Yudyasva Vigadajvara. Krishna is telling, Arjuna, you fight. Why? Because fighting is devotional service for Arjuna. Krishna is commanding him to fight. So he says, Yudyasva Vigadajvara. Vigadajvara means without lethargy. Without lethargy means with enthusiasm. Arjuna, you don't want to fight. In your heart, you don't want to fight. You don't want to kill your relatives and gurus and all these people. And so you are not very eager for this fight. Only because I am telling you are going to fight. But no, then you cannot relax that, okay, I don't care about this war. Krishna is forcing, I am fighting. No. Yudyasva Vigadajvara. Without lethargy, you fight. That's what Krishna said in 2nd chapter. And that is the point here, enthusiasm. Your activities in Krishna consciousness should be performed with enthusiasm. For example, supposing you have come to Krishna consciousness and you have adopted a simple way of life. I have no need for many things. So you are having a job, but you are saying, no, now this job and all has become meaningless for me. So I will not show much enthusiasm in my work. I will show enthusiasm in my devotional service, but I will not do that. I am getting a salary from my job. So why should I take my job seriously? See, either you should leave your job and you should serve Krishna 24 hours, fully depending on him. But you are not doing that. You are saying, no, I have a job, but I won't do it enthusiastically because I know it's all meaningless. It's all for sense gratification. Then what is happening? You are actually doing sense gratification. You are having a job, you are not working at it sincerely, and you are collecting the money and you are bindas. So that we are the jara. The point is, when we work with a selfish motive, we work enthusiastically. But in Krishna consciousness, the selfish motive is removed, meaning selfish motive based on the bodily conception of life. That is removed because Krishna says, you are not the body. You have to overcome the consciousness of this material body. You have to become spiritualized. So, okay, I have now theoretically understood. So I will not enthusiastically work in my material life. That would be a wrong thing to do. Because whatever you are doing, you should do for Krishna's pleasure. So it is something that should be always deeply in your heart. 24 hours, my work is for Krishna's pleasure only. Whether it is sleeping or eating or relaxing or doing anything else or working at your profession, it's all for Krishna. And when you are doing for Krishna, it should be done with enthusiasm. There is no scope for the enthusiasm to sag. So in this connection, someone asked Prabhupada, sometimes I feel my enthusiasm is sagging. See, in Prabhupada's case, you see, it never sagged. Prabhupada was meeting failure after failure after failure in his preaching activity. On the side, his business also was suffering because he was taking so much interest in preaching work. But Prabhupada's enthusiasm never sagged. So much so, at the age of 69, when he had no disciples to show, He had no temple to show. He had no followers to show. He had nothing to show for his achievement. No books. But in that situation, he decided to go to America. That is the proof of his enthusiasm. You know what happened? How did he go to America? Any big shot that Prabhupada happened to meet. See, Prabhupada met big shots. He met Indira Gandhi. He met Dr. Radhakrishnan. He met Lal Bahadur Shastri. And he met one of the Sardaji, Zain Singh or someone. He met all these people, big shots. He wrote to Mahatma Gandhi, guiding him what he should do after independence. He was making all these sincere efforts, Prabhupada speaking. But, so whenever he met some big shot, he would ask him, please get me a visa to America. I want to go to America. Actually, Prabhupada's guru asked him to go to London. But Prabhupada decided to go to America. Can anybody say why? Did he violate his guru's instruction? Hare Krishna. Please react. The question is, Prabhupada's guru in the year 1938 and earlier, he told him to go to London. After that, his guru passed away. Prabhupada chose to go to America. Is it a violation of guru's instruction or not? Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, it's a guesswork only. Probably that particular time, America was stronger than and more influential than UK. And he wanted to come to UK after getting establishment in US. Is that it's a guesswork, Prabhu.
So see this preamble that it is a guesswork, it does not please me. Okay. Because number one, we should have complete faith that Prabhupada will never disobey his guru. The entire essence of our movement is based on follow Guru's instructions implicitly. Not even serving Guru's body is important. Serving Guru's instructions is more important. This is the teaching. So how will ever Prabhupada disobey his guru? So that first part of the question is, it's not a guesswork. Maybe I don't know, but definitely Prabhupada did not disobey his guru's instruction. Yes, because this is a matter of principle. On that, you should never have any doubt. That a pure teacher like Prabhupada would not preach something and practice something else. Yes, and your answer, if you remove that preamble, is perfect. That's a perfect answer. In the 30s, his guru told, at the time London was dominant. It's a colonizer of the whole world. So his guru said, go to London. So guru's instructions are best served when Prabhupada goes to America, not to London. Prabhupada is serving guru's instructions best by going to America, not to London. So if strictly in words, if he follows his guru, he's not really a follower. Guru, you only told me to go to London, so I went. Yeah, that would not make his guru happy. Because you have not understood Guru's heart. Guru's heart is the most dominant economic power, world power. That is where he wants to spread Krishna consciousness. From there it can come. Yeah. So in that sense, Prabhupada exactly served his guru's instructions. Exactly. By going to the United States of America. So in that sense, the enthusiasm comes from implicitly accepting the instructions of the Guru. If you take Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, this shloka, Vyavasayatmika buddhihi ekeha kurunandana. You read the purport. I don't immediately remember the shloka number. Maybe it is 55, something like that. I don't remember. But that shloka, please read the purport. Prabhupada is given a very powerful purport based on his own life. Yeah, based on his own life, Prabhupada is given. So please remember this. Vyavasayatmika buddhi. Okay. So in this shloka, then the enthusiasm, this question was asked to Prabhupada.
2.41, Prabhuji.
Okay, yeah, thank you. 2.41. Please read the purport completely. Please feel Prabhupada's heart in that purport. Please feel Prabhupada's heart. So Prabhupada said to someone who asked, when I don't feel enthusiastic, what should I do? So Prabhupada answered, if you don't feel enthusiastic, act enthusiastically. Now, can someone explain what do you understand by this?
Prabhuji, in connection to the devotional practice, even though if we are not interested, we have to do the sadhana. Is it not, Prabhuji?
Correct. So act enthusiastically. Can you dwell on that a little more?
We have
Obey
to
the Guru's instructions, Prabhuji.
we have to pretend as if we are enthusiasts, Prabhuji.
So the word pretend, is it good?
No, Prabhuji, actually,
No,
but when
Prabhuji.
we artificially develop that habit, Prabhuji, it will become our, one day it will pure, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Forcefully.
The motive behind that pretense is what?
To please the Guru.
If you pretend Guru is pleased?
No,
No,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, not pretension, Prabhuji. Like if we just do the sadhana bhakti, the Guru will be more pleased. And also that our sadhana on a daily basis, if we do, our faith increases and thereby our enthusiasm also will increase.
Correct. So acting enthusiastically is not to impress people around you. They will think, oh, such a pure devotee, they are coming to the temple regularly, they are chanting their rounds with great attention, they are preaching to others, they are regularly reading the book. All these things don't make you a pure devotee if your motive is not clear. So if I am not feeling enthusiastic, but I have belief in what the Guru has taught me, then I should understand that this lack of enthusiasm is the influence of the three modes on me. The three modes. Devotional process is transcendental. In the spiritual world, nobody gets bored. See, I will tell you something that never ceases to amaze me. I don't know, you can please react to that. Goloka is the highest spiritual planet. Is the highest spiritual planet. So whatever powers that Krishna has, they are all available to every resident of the Goloka planet, including a cow or a tree or a small tiny animal or a stone. They all have the powers what Krishna has. Yes. And there, the gopis, what they are always busy doing, they go around looking for flowers, most fragrant, most fresh, most beautiful flowers they are always collecting. And then they are making nice garlands with their own hands. And then they are offering to Krishna. Is it amazing? If it is amazing, for what reason?
Yes, Prabhuji, it is amazing only, Prabhuji.
Why?
So, they are still in the servitor position only, Prabhuji. That really inspires me. They are still loving to serve.
Yeah, servitor mode, okay, because they have achieved their original constitutional position, because all the souls have expanded from Amaivamso Jivaloke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. It's all expanded from the Jiva Shakti of Krishna. They have expanded, they have achieved the original constitutional position. Fine. But what is more amazing than that? I want okay.
Their only motive is to please Krishna.
Okay, good. Yes.
In doing so, in their work.
Yeah. Okay, which we cannot imagine in our present condition. Because there is always the interference of selfishness in whatever we do. I accept that. Any other points?
It shows their Krishna prema, the prema they have for Krishna to serve him.
Yes.
That is they have got that full zeal to do that only. goal is to just serve him, and the prema is increasing, the bonding is increasing between Krishna and them.
Okay. Actually, I am looking for a more mundane reason, not a very transcendental, high level reason. A very mundane reason why this is amazing.
To impress Krishna, Prabhuji.
To
To impress Krishna.
What I said, that they are always going around looking for the most fragrant, fresh, beautiful flowers to collect with great pains. Sometimes it is in a high branch. They have to make great effort to reach it and put it into their basket. And then they are making garlands. What is amazing about this?
The enthusiasm within them, Prabhuji, to serve him.
Okay, I will say, if nobody has thought of this, then I will say. See,
Prabhuji, is it?
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, I'll just make a last try, Prabhuji. Is
Yeah.
it to compete with other gopis? It's not possible actually in Goloka. Since
No,
you said it is.
I am not going into the motive. I am telling that they don't have to do it at all. If they want a garland, it will come in their hand. See, in Goloka, every tree is a kalpavriksha. Every cow is a kamadin. Every stone or a dust is chitamani. All these things can fulfill your desires in a moment. If you want a garland, it will be there. You don't have to pluck flowers with great pains and then make a garland. So why? I guess in Vaikuntha, they don't make garlands so elaborately. I think in Vaikuntha also, they can, whatever they want, they will get. See, the moment you are beyond material world, then you have such powers. But in Goloka, these powers are not on display. Why?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu. Saurabh Prabhu, long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, because Krishna feels happy if we whatever we get for him. Na? So if Krishna feels happy, like whatever small things or something we keep on doing for Krishna all the time. So Krishna feels happy, I think. Prabhuji.
Yeah. That is the exact answer. That is a planet of Madhurya, sweetness. If I go to Krishna and then suddenly one garland appears in my hand and then I put it on his neck, what is the great deal? What is the great deal? The prema is expressed in seeking out flowers. The trees and plants are offering flowers for Krishna's service. And the gopis are going around collecting all those flowers. See, that's a cooperative endeavor. Trees are producing wonderful flowers, the plants, the bushes they are producing, and the gopis are going and collecting them because the plants cannot directly go and offer to Krishna. Gopis are collecting and they're making nice garlands, they're offering to Krishna. This is an activity ongoing in Goloka. So amazing. In fact, if you read the skills of Srimati Radharani, you will be amazed what all skills she has got. The list includes many mundane items. To make rangoli, for example. To decorate the body with beautiful paintings. These are all some of the skills. Why do you need these skills for? The moment you desire, it will happen. So please understand the amazing potency of Madhurya, which is on exhibition only in Goloka. If your Abhilasha is go to Vaikuntha, I am sorry, I have nothing to say. Vaikuntha is a very opulent place, full of opulence. But Goloka is even more opulent. Why? Because all opulence is hidden. It's all within Krishna. Krishna is the most desirable object in Goloka. Nothing else. And everybody their hearts are sold to Krishna. And that is a kind of prema. And very correctly, as Saurabh Prabhu said, the whole business in Goloka is how to express prema, how to express prema. So you will read if you read Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, you will read about various kinds of bhava and rasa, various kinds of bhavas, anubhavas, satvika bhavas, vyabhachari bhavas, like that. These are discussed in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. How this prema is agitated in the heart of everyone, including Krishna. Goloka is a different thing. Spiritual world is a different thing. We cannot imagine. And Goloka is the ultimate, where Krishna becomes an ordinary human being, apparently. And then the prema is exchanged. Okay. So I don't know. Let us move on. Did it make sense, this discussion? Some sense?
Prabhuji. Yes, sir.
Sometimes, we need to get some glimpses of what is in store in Goloka. What is Madhurya? Aishwarya. Vaikuntha is not an ordinary place, but there is so much demonstration of Aishwarya. Prema is there. Not that in Vaikuntha, prema is not there. But there is prema. But that prema is expressed through Aishwarya. In Goloka, the expression is through Madhurya. Yes, Mataji, any question?
I'm sorry, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, you said one thing, Prabhuji. The trees in Goloka cannot go and offer the garlands to Sri Krishna directly.
See, it is simply the dharma. You know dharma?
Okay.
You remember we read about dharma? What is dharma of a tree?
It protects and it gives shelter.
Dharma of a tree is to stand in the same place.
Okay. Because everything in Goloka is changeable, no? Like it keeps changing. Like
Mataji, the point is, if a tree wants to go and garland Krishna, it can. Everything in Goloka can change its form to anything it wants. Okay? In principle, yes. But in practice, everyone in Goloka is 100% satisfied. You cannot imagine something like that. They don't want to change their position to something else. A tree has no desire to move. It's fully satisfied to stand. Get the point?
Yes, sir. Yes.
See, all of us are agitated by desires to do some actions. But in Goloka, everybody is fully satisfied. The only actions that take place are propelled by prema and facilitated by Yogamaya. And in that situation, everybody is serving in their position perfectly. Okay, you have different rasas. The trees are serving in the rasa of Shantaras. And they are happy serving like that. And gopis are serving in Madhurya. Parents are serving in Vatsalya. Friends are serving in Sakhya. Everything is perfect. All of them are happy.
Yes, sir.
Does it satisfy you, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, sir. Because of my understanding, I could only think.
No, it will always happen because we impose, no? We have some desires here, and because of those desires, we do certain things. But
Yes,
such desires are not there. Everyone is perfectly satisfied in their respective position. If, theoretically, if some desire arises in somebody, what will happen?
Here, Prabhuji, or there?
There.
No, that is what, Prabhuji, I'm not able to answer.
If desire comes
Because
from
I'm
within,
still in this mundane world and mundane mindset. So
No.
Come
The
back
question,
to
okay,
material.
I will rephrase the question. Can there be any unfulfilled desire in the spiritual world?
No,
No,
Prabhuji, not at all.
Now, question is answered. You answered your own question.
Self-satisfied they are.
Correct, no?
Yes, sir.
See, even a jnani, even a Jivan Mukta is considered Atmaram. They have no desires to fulfill, even at the level of Atmaram. And what to speak about someone who is in the spiritual world? Simply, they cannot have unfulfilled desires. So, how Krishna creates a spiritual world which is full of activities? Is it not wonderful? If there are unlimited souls in Goloka, and all of them are perfectly satisfied, then how come there is activity in the spiritual world? Is it not amazing?
Yes, sir.
In this material world, there is activity because, fill up the blanks.
We are greedy.
We have desires, Prabhuji.
We have unfulfilled desires.
Full desires.
We are trying to fulfill them. So the activity is here. Why is there activity in the spiritual world, in Goloka?
Yes,
No answer.
just like Saurav Prabhu said, to please Krishna and to serve Krishna in an unlimited way.
But everybody is happy already.
Actually, happiness with Krishna, it keeps doubled and doubled and doubled.
Yeah. So this is the dynamic understanding of God.
Eternal.
Yes. We have generally a static understanding of God. We think God is what He is. That's all. God means He's already there, complete and perfect in all respects. So that's it. But when you say that, you are putting God within a boundary. Yes, because God is already defined. But no, you cannot define Krishna like that. The moment you try to define Krishna, He will stand outside your definition. Yeah. So Krishna is not static. Krishna is dynamic. And the whole spiritual world is Krishna. Whole spiritual world is Krishna. Okay, we have just 5 minutes more. So please continue from where we left off. Who will read?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Madam. Hare Krishna.
In all phases of life, one has to perform devotional activities under the direction of the spiritual master in order to attain perfection in Bhakti Yoga. It is not that one has to confine or narrow one's activities. Krishna is all-pervading. Therefore, nothing is independent of Krishna. As Krishna himself states in Bhagavad Gita 9.4, Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat avyakta murtina matsthani sarva bhutani na chaham teshu avastita. By me, in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. Under the direction of the bona fide spiritual master, one has to make everything favorable for Krishna's service. For example, at present, we are using a dictaphone. The materialist who invented this machine intended it for businessmen or writers of mundane subject matters. He certainly never thought of using the dictaphone in God's service. But we are using this dictaphone to write Krishna conscious literature. Of course, the manufacture of the dictaphone is wholly within the energy of Krishna. All the parts of instrument, including the electronic functions, are made from different combinations and interactions of the 5 basic types of material energy, namely Bhumi, Jala, Agni, Vayu, and Akasha. The inventor used his brain to make this complicated machine, and his brain, as well as the ingredients, were supplied by Krishna. According to the statement of Krishna, Matsthani, Sarva Bhutani, everything is depending on my energy. Thus, the devotee can understand that since nothing is independent of Krishna's energy, everything should be devoted in his service. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, very wonderful, is it not? So it's so self-explanatory how Prabhupada writes. So if Prabhupada has prolifically written so many books, and if we are not reading those books, what can we speak about our misfortune? Is it written in such a difficult language, what Prabhupada writes? Who can write more clearly than what Prabhupada? With so much mercy, he expands also. In one point, he just picked up dictaphone. From dictaphone, he expanded so much. Dictaphone is made with material ingredients, electronic components, and the brain of the scientist. And he combined all these things to create this machine. And everything was supplied out of the energy of Krishna. Matstani iti bhut, Matstani upadharaya. Everything is dependent on me, right? Everything is Matstani sarva bhutani. In everything I am pervading. So, thus the devotee can understand that because nothing is independent of Krishna's energy, everything should be dovetailed in Krishna's service. Yes? Like Prabhupada would give this example. You see a money purse lying on the road. It has not appeared there somehow. Somebody has put that purse there. Somebody's purse, it belongs to someone. So you have to find that person and restore it. That is Krishna consciousness. Everything in this material world, Isavashyamidam sarvam, yatkincha jagatyam jagat. Whatever is there in this world, it all belongs to Supreme Personality of Godhead. And that is Krishna. Knowing this, what Prabhupada says, Everything should be dovetailed in his service. It's not that I have some wealth, my neighbor has some wealth. No, nobody has any wealth. Everything belongs to Krishna. In another place in Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada will explain, the entire kingdom, the land belongs to God, to the king. Then there is some landholder. Somebody may have 5 acres, somebody may be cultivating on 3 acres, somebody may be having a business on 1 acre. It is their land. But no, ultimately it is the king's land. They are secondary owners, claimants. Originally, king is the owner. If king demands, it will go back to him. Like that, everything is made from Krishna's energy, so we should dovetail it in Krishna's energy. This is the correct understanding. So the example is given between Ravana and Hanuman. Ravana was seeing Ram with Sita. Sita is the energy of Ram. He did not want Ram. He wanted to enjoy the energy of Ram. And he stole her away and kept her in Lanka. And here is Hanuman. He saw Mother Sita. He saw, just like Ravana, he also saw a very beautiful woman there. But his only thought was, oh, she's the property of Ram. I should restore her to Ram. I should reunite her with Ram. So this is Hanuman. So we have to see, where are we? Are we like Ravan? We are trying to enjoy the resources of this world for our own sense gratification? Or we are like Hanuman. We are trying to restore everything back to the Supreme Lord. That is called dovetailing in the service of Krishna. Okay. So I think with this, if you have any questions or comments you can make, and then we'll close the session. Next session, we will try to conclude this text thing. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Please make any comments, anything that you may like to do differently, or anything on which you may need some clarification. How is your sadhana going? Everybody, anyone wants to respond to this? How is the sadhana going? What is going, yeah, what is going well, what is not going well, etc. Yes, Madam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, is there a difference in hearing Srimad Bhagavatam by our ears alone, or taking the association of the devotees in the devotee association and hearing Bhagavatam? Prabhuji.
Yeah, see, there is always a gradation. So to hear in the association of devotees, top class. That is top class. But not that in the absence of devotee association, you should not hear. That would be wrong. Yes, you should hear. But while hearing, you should seek association of devotees also. In fact, the more you hear, the more your hankering for devotee association will increase. Is it okay, Mataji?
Yes, thank you. Because hearing the recorded version will be different, no, Prabhuji. Hearing it live with the devotees. That is
Absolutely. You see what happens, they use the word churning, In the association of devotees, we churn. Not that the speaker knows everything, the hearer knows nothing. Not like that. We are actually churning. By asking questions, you are engaging me in thinking. I am actually serving you and you are serving me. That's what churning is. Because see, in both our hearts, we have a common goal. See, in this material world, it doesn't exist. When devotees come together, they have a common goal. Not that somebody wants to display, somebody wants to defeat another person in a debate, somebody wants to prove that I am more knowledgeable. That is not what is happening. We are actually glorifying Krishna. When devotees come together, what happens? Machita madhyala prana bodhayantaha parasparam kadayantastamam nityam tushyantu charamantucha. Devotees take great pleasure in glorifying God. Whether it is reading Bhagavatam, which is about Krishna, or Bhagavad Gita, which is the word of Krishna, whatever we are doing, we are only glorifying the Supreme Lord. So there is a common goal when devotees come together. And then Krishna becomes very happy when devotees cooperate like that. So that is the best way. So let us do what is possible. If I can read only alone Bhagavatam, let me do it. And I will continue to hanker for devotee association and pray to Krishna, Krishna, please send me a like-minded devotees to whom I can associate with. Like that.
Thank you, sir. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. Right. Anything else? How is the sadhana going? Somebody wants to say something about your chanting, quality, quantity, reading, hearing, following regulative principles? Any challenges?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I wanted to say Prabhu.
Yeah.
Prabhu, actually we are in myself.
Hmm.
I'm trying to be in Krishna consciousness whole day, but some or the other time I will just deviate myself, Prabhu, like for relaxation, or I wanted to entertain myself. So how should I avoid that one, Prabhu?
Yeah, it's a very good question, Mataji. Let me see if anyone in the audience can say something on this point. Mataji is saying, I hope you understood the question. We are doing Krishna consciousness, but sometimes we become bored and we want some entertainment, which is not exactly Krishna conscious activity, but we are pulled in that direction. So that we are not able to remain 24 hours in Krishna consciousness. How to deal with this?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, may I?
Yeah.
We can change the activity that we are doing. Like if we are chanting for some time, then we can, if we want to change the activity, we can do prasadam for Krishna. So while changing the activity and that also dovetailing to Krishna, maybe we'll be engaging in Krishna Seva always.
Okay. But supposing dovetailing to Krishna is the problem. Sumi Ravi Mataji says, devotee association will bring us back onto the path. Yes? That's a very good answer.
Prabhuji,
Yeah.
Prabhuji, it is taking shelter of Narsimha Dev
Yeah.
on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So that will really help us, Prabhuji, because that has helped me, Prabhuji, because otherwise,
Yes.
whenever I face a fall down in Bhakti, Narsimha, praying Narsimha Kavacham and Narsimha
Yeah.
Sutra and everything,
Yeah.
that helps, Prabhuji. Taking
Yeah.
shelter of Narsimha Dev.
Very good. Very good. Yeah. Any other comments?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, what I think is like we have to make a kind of syllabus, like what all we have to do, like DG for how much time, then Japa, Bhagavatam, songs, all these things, so that we feel that we have a very short time to complete all those things. So we'll be focused and we will never feel bored, I think, because earlier we used to, without Krishna, there was no time. Now we are personally devoting more than 4 or 5 hours from my schedule only. So that Krishna only managed that time, na Prabhuji. So that's why.
But
Like we
supposing
have to target something.
that enthusiasm is not coming to not even number one, to directly serve Krishna, or even to dovetail whatever I am doing with Krishna, that enthusiasm is not coming. Then how to tackle this?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, my experience, the same happens with me. What I sincerely try to do is, all as Saurabh Prabhuji said, I have certain activities which is directed to Krishna consciousness, like my japa in the morning. Come whatever may, I will do that japa, and evening, even if it is 10 o'clock, I will do that 4 rounds also, that extra 4 rounds. So I will, if I may not look at, so that's how I probably try to align. Probably there are worldly activities which take away my time. Then puja probably evening puja for me at times doesn't. When I come in the evening, it becomes late. But then I will have my food only after taking bath and doing the tilak and doing the puja. So probably that is how I am trying to stay with that rather than. So that's how I try to manage my time. These are the activities which has to be done. Time, yes, Krishna, if allows me to do it on time, I will do it. But then morning japa, I will somehow make sure that I get up at, if it is not 4 o'clock, it's 4:30, then I will complete my 16 rounds and then get into the other activities. So I try manage time that way. So I don't know whether that is the right way of doing it, wrong way, I don't know. But I try to do a few things which I'm doing regularly for Krishna, and that doesn't change us. That has to be done. Then only I go to sleep or I eat. So that's how. And if the prasada has to be offered, I'll take the prasada, whatever is being offered, into the tiffin to the office. So that's how all these things are. So a few things.
Wonderful, wonderful. So you answered Utsaha, Nishchaya, Dhairya. So Prabhupada said, if you are not having enthusiasm, act enthusiastically. So Prabhuji said, even if I don't feel like doing, even if it is late into the night, I feel like going to bed, but still I take bath, wear my tilak and perform my puja. That is acting enthusiastically. That comes from Nishchaya and Dhairya. Utsaha is supported by Nishchaya and Dhairya. I have enthusiasm, I have determination, I will do it. I will complete my rounds. I will, whatever vow I have taken, I will complete. And patience. The results will come. In that faith, you have patience. Not that I want result immediately. So that is a very good answer. And Suma Mataji is saying, also to start the day with paying obeisance to Srila Prabhupada, with complete surrender, with pranam mantra, absolutely. So how to surrender to Prabhupada? The secret is to feel grateful to him. We have to feel grateful for what he has done for us. Imagine, Mataji, had he not gone to America at the age of 70, where are we? What would have happened to us? Like so many other bound souls, we would have come and gone, come and gone, come and gone. So many births, no hope at all. Krishna comes once in a day of Brahma. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also comes once in a day of Brahma. They have come and gone. And had Prabhupada not come, we would not have known about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also. The Yuga Avatar Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come and gone. How we will know about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Unless Prabhupada had taken that initiative at the ripe old age. So we have to think about what the great souls have done for us. How much risk they have taken. Prabhupada never lost enthusiasm for a moment because we have a written history of how he lived. The Western disciples have recorded everything what Prabhupada did. So, okay, so let me try to answer this question. This sagging of enthusiasm is a sign of lack of knowledge. Yeah? Lack of knowledge means actually ignorance. Yeah? The more we are identified with the material body, we say we are more in ignorance. The more we recognize that we are part and parcel of Krishna, spirit, soul, eternal, then we are in knowledge. So to move from the position of ignorance to knowledge, we have to hear. Shravanam, 9 processes of bhakti. First one is Shravan. We have to do Shravan. We have to hear. Yes. So we have to hear includes we have to read. Read in the association devotees. Association devotees is like a, what do you call? A catalyst in everything you do. All your devotional service. You know, catalyst in chemistry, the catalyst does not participate in the reaction, right? Someone chemistry background can clarify?
Yes, Prabhuji. It fastens or helps the process.
Sorry.
Catalyst helps the process of reaction to happen soon, Prabhuji. It activates.
But
Without undergoing any change, Prabhuji.
It doesn't undergo any change, but it speeds up the chemical reaction. Sometimes the reaction will not even take place in the absence of the catalyst, or it will speed up the reactions. So devotee association it can be blended with all kinds of devotional service. It should be done in the association of devotees. That is best. Or if devotee association is not there, you pray for it, but you feel gratitude in your heart to whatever you have been given. And when gratitude is great, what happens? Can somebody tell? What is the effect of gratitude on a person?
Then mercy flows from the parampara, Prabhuji.
No, in a material sense also. If you feel deeply grateful to somebody, what will happen to you?
Then we don't sit idle, Prabhuji. We have to pay for that, for the gratitude that we have received. We'll give something.
It automatically overflows from your heart. That so-and-so did such an important thing for me. I want to reciprocate. Yes. The gratitude, if it is a dormant or a passive gratitude, it's no gratitude at all. Gratitude must result in action. So that is real gratitude. So if I really feel gratitude for what Krishna has done for me, Mahaprabhu has done for me, Prabhupada has done for me, other devotees have done for me, that should lead me to action. I should constantly remind myself of gratitude. Kali Yuga is a time when people are called Kritagna. No, there's a difference between Kritagnya and Kritagna. Kritagna means one who harms someone who has done some favor. They have no gratitude at all. But Kritagnya means one who remembers what has been done. So the more we appreciate what an amazing gift has been given to us, the more enthusiasm we'll feel in what we do. Another very important point to remember is aparadha. If we have done some aparadha, then we lose our Krishna consciousness. It is taken away. So you have to be very, very careful. If you have done any Vaishnava aparadha to any person particularly, we should go to them and seek their forgiveness. If that is not possible, before and after our chanting and during our prayers, we should pray sincerely to Krishna to forgive whatever offenses you have done and make a strong resolution in your heart never to commit such offenses in future. When Krishna is satisfied, you will again start feeling enthusiasm in your activity. So the effect of aparadha, Vaishnava aparadha, is serious. There are three kinds of aparadha: Nama aparadha, Seva aparadha, and Vaishnava aparadha. We have to be very careful to avoid these aparadhas. And secondly, if not aparadha, it can come from anarthas. Very, very strong anarthas are there in our heart that is covering our bhakti, like rusted iron. Then we don't feel the enthusiasm also. Then we have to follow what Prabhupada says. If you don't have enthusiasm, act enthusiastic. The three modes of material nature cover our bhakti, because bhakti is transcendental, beyond the modes. So we have to overcome the modes. So before we overcome, the anarthas will always try to pull you down. That's how Maya Devi acts on us, through the three gunas. So one thing, avoid aparadh completely. Find out what kind of aparadhs we may be doing. We should totally root it out of our existence by developing gratitude towards Vaishnava. We should have an appreciation for what a Vaishnava is. Vaishnava has no hidden goal in their heart. That is what a Vaishnava is. So avoid aparadhas. And the Nama aparadha, there are 10 aparadhas. Mataji, Lakshmi Mataji, do you know these 10 offenses against the holy name?
Yes, Prabhu, but I didn't memorize, Prabhu.
Yeah, but you should read them daily before chanting. From Padma Puran, these have been picked up, and the 10 aparadhas, you should very carefully avoid these offenses. So one is offenses to be avoided and anarthas to be overcome. These are the two things that are our obstacles. So till that time, we have to strengthen our Shraddha. And strengthening the Shraddha comes from devotee association, from the 9 processes of bhakti. Deity worship is a very powerful thing, but unfortunately, when we are lacking enthusiasm, deity worship becomes a burden. I was so glad to hear from Ajit Prabhu that even if it is late into the night, he takes his bath. I can see in my mind's eye that coming back from office, having so many responsibilities, having a family to look after. With all these things, Prabhu pushes himself to take a bath and wears a nice Vaishnava tilak and then performs puja to his deities. All glories to you, Ajit Prabhu. Please continue.
Prabhuji, that is too much for me. It is all association and your guidance.
Jai, that's
I'm
all.
just a fallen soul, Prabhuji. That is too much.
No.
I have so
No,
great
please.
association. I have all these devotees who are bigger than me, who are progressing so well. I feel happy to be in association. That's why
Prabhu,
I'm getting motivated.
I am glorifying you only because devotees want to hear other devotees being glorified. So whatever I spoke, maybe you can plug your ears. It's not meant for you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
The glorification is for other devotees so that they will become.
Hari Bol,
Hare
Ajit.
Krishna, Hare Bol, Hare Bol.
That is the whole purpose. So thank you very
True,
much.
Prabhuji, I really don't want to hear that. I really don't, because I sincerely feel there are lot of devotees in this who are progressing so well, and that is my motivation, along with your teaching. So,
Yeah, Prabhu, I'm sorry if I have hurt you. That was not the intention.
Haribol Prabhu, it can't be.
But this was something I could not keep my mouth shut after hearing you. It enthused me so much. It gave me so much enthusiasm to hear from you. So I wanted to repeat it so that others will also feel the same enthusiasm. Just see, Ajit Prabhu, can you tell me something about yourself before you came to Krishna consciousness?
Prabhuji, it all for me. It was a journey. It all, if I rightly remember, it all started
Yeah.
in. It all started in Bombay, where in Siddhivinayak temple, I used to have a material bargaining with Siddhivinayaka, wherein I used to go, and if my senses, if my desires are fulfilled, I will give pedas to him. I will go there. I started working for Baba Devi in Bombay, so it all started from there. So it was a gradual process. So whenever you say that don't harm anybody, don't talk about ill about any demigods, I clearly understand that what you mean, because all these energies had brought me over here and where I am. So I am sincerely thankful to probably that process. I had come through that process. I was the most materialistic person. I am still a materialistic person, Roji. I'm struggling to meet the ends to
Yeah,
take up
so
family, but then
what Ajit Prabhu is saying, if you have observed very closely, what Ajit Prabhu is saying is that his Abhilasha has been purified. Yeah, that means his Shraddha has been strengthened. All thanks to Prabhupada. He has now only one Abhilasha, which is to serve Krishna. And he has no other Abhilasha. When he had other Abhilashas, he was going to Siddhivinayak and praying for so many demands to be fulfilled. But now, the Abhilasha has been cleansed. Now, Prabhuji says, I'm still a materialistic person. I still have material desires. But he knows this is anartha. See, this is the amazing clarity that Krishna has given us, Prabhupada has given us through Krishna consciousness. We can now distinguish between Abhilasha and anartha. We have only one Abhilasha, that is to please Krishna and go back home, back to Body. That is not a selfish desire to go back to Krishna. That's not a selfish desire. You go back to Krishna to serve him eternally, to be re-established in your original constitutional position. That's not a selfish desire. Everything else is a selfish desire. So the Abhilasha has been cleansed. So now Prabhuji says, I know I have other anarthas, I will deal with them. Because my Abhilasha has become strengthened, I have a strong Shraddha there, strong faith there. My Abhilasha is going to protect me from all anarthas. Anarthas will come and go. Apuryamanam achala pratishtam samudram apaha pravishanti yadvat. Like in a ocean, samudram, apaha. Water is constantly coming and flowing into the ocean. But ocean is steady because of the Shraddha, the strong Shraddha. That is the mercy of the Gurus. Please understand, it is that Shraddha which comes only from other devotees. It cannot sprout automatically in your heart. Your Shraddha can come only from other devotees. That's why we are always hankering for devotee association. If you are fortunate to get a very advanced devotee association, wonderful. But if it is not there, no problem. Whichever devotee association available, please take it. Keep the association spiritual. Not that I will get into a devotee association and talk about the movie what I saw yesterday. Then it is not devotee association. It is devotee association when two people come together to glorify Krishna. That is perfect. There should be no doubt about it. Lakshmi Mataji, is it okay? I want to ask anything more. Lakshmi Kiran Mataji? Is she there? Oh, she has left. Okay. Okay. So thank you very much. We'll all meet again next week. Does anyone know Lakshmi Kiran Mataji? Haribol? Does anyone know her?
No, Prabhuji.
No. You have her number somewhere? Please try and you can send her some Prabhupada lectures or something like that. And because she expressed a genuine problem, so we have to give some genuine practical solutions. Okay, so please take it up. Any of you can try to find out, locate her. She has come in earlier classes or not? No?
Oh, she came last time also, Prabhuji.
Okay.
She came, she was at some, recently only she has joined, I think, Prabhuji. Earlier I had her number when we were given the list to contact them and talk. I'll try to find out, Prabhuji.
Yeah, please try to find out and pass on the link to me also, the number.
Sure, sure, Prabhuji.
It's
I'll
there
try
in
to
the
find
group.
out.
It's there in the group, Prabhuji.
Her name is there?
Ah, yes, Prabhuji, Lakshmi. Yeah, it is there.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। गुरुदेव